Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and today our freezer meals are all about bison. We're gonna make some beautiful bison stew. Now we're gonna do a cooked version. We're gonna cook it together, and we're also gonna do a version that you can just dump and go for your crock pot for the freezer. We're also gonna do some delightful meatloaf with bison, and I make it pretty much the same as I always make my meatloaf, so you'll see that too. And then we're going to put together some bison fajita kits. Oh my gosh, bison is just fantastic. Yes, it's pricey. This was given to me, so that is what we're going to do, and we're going to have a ball. So friends, let's get busy because we got to get this stew going, because it's going to need to simmer for a couple hours. Okay friends, I'm going to use my 6-quart Dutch oven. So I'm going to turn this burner on, and I'm going to put a little oil in here because we are going to, actually I need more than that, we're going to brown this bison meat. Okay? And that's the first thing we're going to do. So we're going to let this get hot. Okay, friends, so I have 2 pounds of bison right there. I'm going to turn my burner up a little bit because we're just going to brown this. And that's nice small bite-sized chunks of meat. Beautiful. Look at that. I'm going to put a little salt and a little pepper in here. Now we're just going to let this cook. I got it turned up a little more. And we're going to let that get browned up. And then we're going to take this out and start our veggies. Because you want to saute your veggies. It's like I say all the time. My grandmother used to tell me, when you saute your veggies, everything tastes better. So we're going to let this cook. Brown this up, and then we'll get the veggies going. Okay, friends. Let me leave that down a little bit. Our meat is nice and brown. We're going to take that out of here, and then we're going to set this aside. It doesn't have to be cooked all the way through, just browned. Okay, I'm going to leave that beautiful juice in there. We're going to turn this up because we want this, we want that heated up. So once that starts boiling a little bit, I'll go ahead and stick my veggies in there. Beautiful. Add a couple pieces of meat in there. I'm going to put about half of my onions in there. There we go. I cut all my veggies up beforehand. Okay, I'm also going to do a nice bunch of this garlic. And the rest is going to go in the freezer meal. Okay, we're just going to let those saute up. Okay, friends, now we let this cook for about 5 minutes. Okay? And that's looking good. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put in my carrots and my celery. Okay, beautiful. We're going to cook these up for a few minutes. I'm going to give them about 5 minutes to cook, and then we'll add the rest of everything else we need to add. Okay, friends, we're going to pour in a little bit of our broth just to go ahead and deglaze the bottom of this pan. I'm going to put all our goodies in here. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to put the meat back in. Okay. We're going to put our potatoes in. Get that mixed up. Let all those good bits come off the bottom of our pan. This is going to be divine. See how gorgeous that's looking? Okay, so now we're going to start adding our seasonings. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Okay? We're going to do 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. We're going to do 1 good teaspoon of paprika. And I've got some beautiful thyme here. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of thyme. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of dried rosemary. We're going to put a couple nice bay leaves in there, and they're broke up, so I can put a couple more pieces in there. We're going to do some more pepper in here. We're going to do just a little more salt. Okay? We're going to put a can of stewed tomatoes in here. And we're going to put the rest of our broth. And I'm using beef broth. Now, you can hold back a cup of your broth and do a cup of red wine in here, and it would be divine. But there we go. Isn't that gorgeous looking? Now, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to turn this way down on low, and we're going to let this just simmer away for about 2 hours. Okay, friends, so now we're going to go ahead, and I'm reusing some of my bags. I've got a whole bunch of bags up in my cabinet. I want to reuse them. Anyway, we're going to do 1 freezer meal for the beef stew, because we do have 1 cooked. Where is my, over there. Okay. I have got all my 2 pounds of bison right in there. Let me toss that package right out. This stuff is wonderful. All right, so we're going to do onions. And I won't be using this entire onion. There's a lot here. I cut up a lot of it. We're going to do the rest of this garlic in here. I have it in Ziploc bags because I prepped last night for my meals today. All right, we're going to put all the carrots and celery in there. Let me move this aside. Okay, looks good so far. We're going to do our tomatoes. We're going to do a couple scoops of our tomato broth, or our tomato paste. There we go. Get that in there. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of our Worcestershire sauce, and that's probably what I got left in there. Now I don't need that. Also, I'm going to do a big scoop of I'm going to put you don't have to do this, but I'm going to put a big scoop of my Better Than Bouillon beef in here, because then all I have to do is add water to it when I put it in the crock pot, and I don't have to worry about making up beef broth or anything. So we're going to do our couple bay leaves. Let me get a couple of these. There we go. There's a few. We're going to do a teaspoon of rosemary in here. We're going to do a teaspoon of thyme in there. We're going to do a teaspoon of paprika. Not a whole lot of salt because I do got the better than Boyan salty. We're going to put a nice amount of pepper in there. And that's it. That is all it takes to put this together. You don't have to use bison. You can do regular beef with this stew as well. And it's just as easy to make. Okay, we're going to get some of the air out of this way. And now I'm just going to mix the top up a little bit. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to let the air out. And there we have it. You'll notice I didn't put potatoes in there. I'll just cut up my potatoes. That way I don't got to blanch them and go through the process. Do not freeze fresh potatoes in here unblanched. They'll turn icky, purpley brown color, and they'll just ruin your whole dish. So the best thing you can do when you make this, you don't have to put potatoes in the freezer. You can add a couple nice medium-sized potatoes to your crock pot the morning you put it in there. Only takes a second. So there is our beef stew. Isn't that beautiful in there? Gorgeous. All right, friends. Let me get my stuff put together or cleaned up here, and then we'll move on to our meatloaf. Okay, friends, we're going to work on the fajita kits first because I forgot to defrost the pork sausage. Okay. So, I have 6 pounds of this bison, and I'm going to divide this. I'm going to make 6 of these kits. I think that would be good. And that way, let's see here. All right, so let me set this aside. I can only do 3 at a time because I don't have any more in my bag holders. All right, so actually I'm going to put my, these are nice. Okay, I'm going to put my spices in first. So I'm going to only do a half of a tablespoon because my grandkids love this, but I'm not even going to do quite a half tablespoon. Maybe a tablespoon amongst all of them. Because my grandkids had the chicken fajitas that we made, and they're like, Nana, it's spicy, it's spicy. I said, okay, we won't do that this time. I keep wanting to put peppers in there right away. We're going to do that. We're going to do a teaspoon. I'm just going to do a heaping teaspoon of cumin in each one. About a teaspoon and a half. So a nice heaping teaspoon of cumin, and it'll be good. Okay? We're going to do about a half tablespoon of garlic. I got a half tablespoon in here. And then we're going to do about a half tablespoon of Italian seasoning in each one. Okay, we're going to do a little salt in each one. Now I'll put the other 3 together, but I'll probably do that off camera because you've got an idea of how these go together. Yeah, my grandkids. It's spicy. I got the biggest kick out of them. They're just honeys. Okay. That's all we got to put in there for our spices. Now, we're just going to put our peppers in here. We like lots of peppers. And these are all my peppers from my flash foods. Oh, look at that. I got a big box of peppers the other day from my flash foods. $5 for a great big box of them. And it's all these. I got 6 half-gallon bags out of them. Okay, we're going to put a little more in this one. All right, now, the onions. These are still somewhat froze. That's all right, because they're going to go right back into the freezer. Okay. Now leave that out there.
Hello, friends.
Get all the onions in here. Okay. That should be good. Look at these fajita kits. Aren't these nice, mister? Oops. No, I don't like that. I gotta get all the air out. Okay. There. Aren't those nice looking?
Mm-hmm.
Those are beautiful. He's waiting to taste our stew, aren't you? Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to do anything you say.
Okay, ladies. Y'all liked hearing that, didn't you? Mr. Wayna used to tell people, oh, I do anything my wife tells me to. I'm house broke. I would just die laughing. He's house broke. Okay, there's those. Now, off camera, I'm going to do the other 3 bags. And then we're going to check and try our stew, because I do believe that's done. All right, friends, look at how beautiful our stew turned out. Just gorgeous. Okay, we're going to dish some up. Look how beautiful that is. I'll dish yours up and I'll dish mine out. Okay. Ooh, doesn't that look good? Did you get a good look at that, friends? It's wonderful. Thank you, Jesus, for our food, our health, and our blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. Ooh, give this a try. This simmered for 2 hours. And bison is real lean. You got a big piece? Mmm. That's good. And that meat is tender.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll try one more bite.
Tastes good, friends.
We're gonna have to get a slice of homemade bread and butter to go with this. That's good and such good flavor. All right, we're gonna go enjoy our dinner, take a little break, and then we'll be back and we'll put together our meatloaf, our bison meatloaf. Okay, friends, we're gonna do our meatloaf. And I've got 2 pounds of bison. Right here. This is going to be wonderful. And I've got 1 package, because bison tends to be dry, I got 1 package of ground pork to add with it. Okay? We're going to do 2 eggs. I'm also going to put in these onions. This is the last of the onions that I chopped. There's enough in there. We're going to do, I told you I love using stovetop stuffing for my meatloaf. I love this stuff. So we're going to do 2 packs of that. And we don't need much, we don't need seasoning beyond a little salt and pepper, because this stovetop stuffing is seasoned up beautifully. You hear that? She's playing with her squeaky toy. Okay. We're also going to add some milk to this. And I'm putting, you can do ketchup if you want. I am going to do barbecue sauce. Maybe here. Probably a good cup of barbecue sauce in there. All right. My hands are clean. This is for my family. The best thing that you can get in and mix your goodies with is your fingers. Get them in there and start mixing. This stuff is going to be wonderful. Bison has a wonderful flavor. It's a lot leaner than beef. It's so much better for you, really. But it is ridiculously expensive. And it's not every day I have bison given to me. So when I do, I utilize it. And you know, meatloaf the next day is so good that nothing beats a cold meatloaf sandwich. It's wonderful. See how easy that was to mix up? Just a little bit. And I'm going to make 2 nice size meatloaves with this. Okay. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate. All right. And I'm going to flash freeze them on this tray. This one will be a little bit bigger, but that's all right. I just shape them the best I can. Maybe this one is a little bit bigger. Flatten it down a little bit. Okay, that's it. That's how easy that is to whip together. I want it nicely shaped though. Okay. These are going to go in the freezer just like this. I'll probably leave them in there all night, and that way they'll be froze solid in the morning and I can package them then. Okay, friends, so I'm just going to wrap these up just like so. They'll just go in the freezer just like this. Perfect. And then in the morning, they'll come right off this tray, frozen, and I'll be able to wrap them separately. And those will be wonderful. Well, okay, friends, we did fantastic today. We've got bison stew, we've got one cooked, and one for the freezer for the crock pot. We've got 6 beautiful bison fajita kits. They're going to be divine, and they're not too spicy. And we made 2 meatloaves for our freezer. These are going to be wonderful, and the leftovers make a beautiful meatloaf sandwich, don't they?
Yes, they do.
All with bison, all beautiful. We did our meatloaf with bison and ground pork so that it's not too dry, so it's going to be wonderful. I'll put all the recipes for these in the description box, including the, in case you didn't see the video on my fajitas, I will put the recipe for the fajita seasoning in the description box as well. You all have a wonderful day, friends. Give all these recipes a try. You can do every one of them with beef instead of bison. I'll see you in the next video, friends. And as always,
Thanks for watching.